Free bikes for kids.
Shed Quarters has got a tin roof, so you definitely know when it's raining. So today I wanted to talk about cycling in schools, not just cycling proficiency lessons, that kind of thing, but having bikes in schools for physical education and for playtime, break time activity. It's a huge thing. Free Bikes for Kids now has put bikes into 20 something local schools. I've got more on my list now waiting, and they get used every break time by all the kids. There's a big rush at break time to the bikes. If they had 50 bikes, they could use 50 bikes. I get as many to them as I can, obviously. And their PE lessons as well. I mean, riding a bike is so much more of an inclusive activity than your ball sports like football, rugby, tennis. Not every child has a natural ability towards those things or a natural coordination for those things. And cycling is just so much more of an accessible form of exercise. I mean, I put trikes into schools for disabled children with additional needs, adult balance bikes. There's loads of ways of including almost everybody in the activity. There's bike trailers, there's all kinds of things you can do to make sure that every child is included in physical activity in school. And if you ask children in a classroom if they like to ride a bike to school every day, then instantly they'll all put their hands in the air. But then if you ask them if they can ride a bike or if they own a bike, normally 75% of the hands go back down again. And that's the whole point, really, of the Free Bikes for Kids project, is to make sure these kids have access to bikes, get bikes into the schools, because it's not in their budget. It's nowhere near in their budget. They can't do it themselves. So projects like this is their only chance, really. And that's why I've got a constant waiting list of schools that want bikes. And they all say that the kids love it. The improvement in participation in physical education and that kind of thing is huge. The kids really enjoy it. It's fun for them. It's inclusive. They can do it with their friends, and it's a life skill, because obviously being able to ride a bike, if you did want to use a bike as transport as an adult, then it gives you that skill under your belt to do that. It can be quite daunting for some parents, because obviously if you've got 3 kids to buy bikes for, then the cost of that is huge. So again, that's where projects like this come in, where I can just say, right, there's 3 bikes one for each child, and it gets them going without that initial cost. I also put the helmets into schools as well, with the help of the Principality Building Society, who fund the helmets for me. So if the school has 30 bikes, it gets 30 brand new helmets to go with the refurbished bikes. So it's all safe, it's all within proper safety regulations. The bikes are checked. I go back and service the bikes or repair them when needed, which I'll be doing a lot of this summer, because a few of the bikes have been in schools now for 2 or 3 years, so they need a bit of a refresh. It's just a far more inclusive form of physical education or physical activity at break time for children of all abilities. As I say, there are ways around adapting bicycles for all kinds of additional needs. And it's a proper, everything I've heard back from the schools, it's just been 100% positive thing for them and for the kids at the schools. And that can only be a good thing.